What's going on, world? It's your boy D Only, and I'm back one more time finna drop some more knowledge, some more jewels on y'all. I hope everybody is having a blessed day. I hope all the young people, the youth out there is feeling good. If you woke up today and God woke you up today, you got another opportunity to change your life. So I was sitting down this morning and I was thinking about what I wanted to talk to y'all about today. So if you out there in the streets, man, like the OGs told me, it's two things that if you stay in the streets long enough and if you keep doing illegal activity and you keep running through the underworld, it's two things that ultimately can happen. You can either go to jail, the penitentiary, or you're going to either go to the graveyard. And we're going to focus on one of those today. So for those people looking at the title of the video, which is what happens after you get arrested, a lot of people will probably think like, well, this is common sense. We know what happened when you get arrested. But it's a lot of young people that might not have never been in the system, went through the system, got arrested, never been to jail, never been inside of a police station. And it's a lot of people that have been arrested 100 times and they still don't get the shit right and they fuck up. So I'm going to give y'all a lot of details and I'm going to take y'all step by step through what happens with that and how you can kind of make it through that smoothly, how you can better your chances of not getting charged or possibly not incriminating yourself and what some of your rights are and things like that. So the first thing we're going to focus on is it's an innumerable amount of ways that you can end up getting arrested. You know, most guys end up getting caught up on a block, or either guys get caught on traffic stops. You know, a lot of times, a lot of guys that I've seen, they either get caught on the block, or maybe they riding around, they blew through a light, they speeding, something is up with their license plates, brake light out, a simple traffic violation turn into getting a car searched, the car getting bust down, somebody be dirty, got some weed, a gun on them, a warrant or something. Or, you know, it might be in the commission of a crime. You might have just did a crime. Somebody might have just did a murder. Somebody might have just did a robbery, burglary. For whatever reason, the police end up getting on y'all. You arrested. So however you ended up in this predicament, you in handcuffs. You sitting in the back of a police car. You headed to a police station. Now, that's where you headed. You might be in a big city. You might be in a small town, you could be wherever, but you headed to that district or wherever that little police station is at, or wherever it may have you, holding station, whatever. So now, what happens is, you not charged with a crime yet. You just being what they call detained. Now, they can only detain you for 72 hours. That's 3 days. So what happens during this 72 hours is the detectives or whoever is investigating you or whatever may have you, is looking into the crime, they basically trying to compile enough evidence. They trying to investigate to see if they can present this stuff to the prosecutor and if they have enough stuff to charge you. So let's say you committed a murder. Within this 72 hours, they running around to see if they can gather enough information and evidence to present it to the prosecutor and say, okay, now we can charge you with murder. So I personally tell everybody, this is my opinion, some people might think different. This stage is the most difficult and I'm going to tell you why. So you come into the police station, right? You know, they usually got you in cuffs and all of that stuff. They start asking you for your name. You're going to get in there. You're going to take your shoelaces out your shoes. You're going to take your shoes off. They're going to search you real good. They're going to fingerprint you, take your name, do all of that little shit just to basically, you know, process you in, right? Now, the reason I say this is the hardest is because the police station and these holding facilities weren't meant for long-term stays. It's just meant to have you in and out. So a lot of times you sleeping on a concrete slab. This is in your cell. This is what I'm talking about. In your cell, you usually got a concrete slab, or you usually got a metal bed with no cushion, no mattress on there, and you got a toilet in there. A lot of times they don't even have no toilet paper in there. You know what I'm saying? They don't feed you well. You know, you'll be lucky if you get a donut for breakfast, a sandwich for lunch, and a sandwich for dinner. You dig what I'm saying? Because like I told you, this is not for long time holding. You know, guys that been to the penitentiary or something like that, you can almost compare this part to like being in a hole. You know, because you ain't got access to no phones. It's nothing in the cell. It's just you in an empty-ass cell, metal bed or concrete bed with a toilet. And you got to go through this for 3 days. You don't get no toothbrush. You don't get no soap. You don't get nothing to wash up with, no change of clothes. You ain't got nothing. The most they'll probably give you is a blanket. So this is what's going to happen during this 3 days, right? So the detectives is running around gathering information. You done processed in. You done took your shoes off. You in your cell. At some point, it might be that day. It might be the next day. A detective or whoever investigating your case is going to come to you. Now, this is an important part. You got two type of detectives, right? You got the good cops. You know, they going to be the ones, man, do you need anything? Do you need me to get you some? I can get you a coffee. I can get you some water. You need something to drink. You need an extra sandwich. You need an extra blanket in there. Because they trying to comfort you to make you feel like they on your side. Then you got the asshole and you got the bad cops, the jerks. You know, they cut and dry. They not playing. You know, they on your ass. They coming like this. They on some, look, man, we know you did this shit. You feel me? We got you caught red-handed. Just tell us what we want to know. Woo woo. They not playing no type of games, right? So when these detectives bring you out the cell, they going to take you into a room. This is like an interrogation room, right? Now, everything you say in this room and everything you do is being recorded and monitored, whether you know it or not. Now, this is a lot of times where a lot of guys throw away their life and they fuck up their case. See, a lot of guys don't realize people be so thirsty to hurry up and go home because they just got picked up. They like, man, if I say the right things or if I tell these detectives what they want to know, they going to let me go. They going to let me out of the police station, right? So a lot of guys get to talking, thinking that they going to the crib, not realizing that, man, you just making your case harder. You going to make it easier for them to charge you because I told you in this 3 days, they trying to get you charged, right? You don't want to help assist their investigation at no point, you feel me? So a lot of guys make statements. They tell on they self. They snitch on their homies. You know, if they was with people, they get to talking about what happened, who was there, who did what. All of this happened in a police station in an interrogation room. A lot of guys lose their case before they even make it to the courtroom because of what they say in the interrogation room. So they're going to bring you in an interrogation room. It might be one, it might be two detectives. Who knows? He going to have a notepad. He gonna start talking to you. The first thing he gonna do is give you your Miranda rights. You had a right to an attorney. You had a right to remain silent. Anything you say will and can be used against you. Blah, 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 blah. Then he gonna start coming at you, right? So now, this is what I tell everybody. The best thing to do is to say, I like to remain silent. But just because you say you want to remain silent don't mean that they can't keep asking you questions. Don't mean that if you say you remain silent, that anything you say after that, they can't use against you. If you're going to remain silent, you know, in all honesty, officer, this needs to be you. In all honesty, officer, I just like to remain silent. If you don't mind, could you take me back to my cell? And if they keep asking you questions, you know, in all honesty, officer, I don't have nothing to say about that. You know, I like to remain silent because you take me back to my cell. And keep saying that until they take you back. Now, if you got a lawyer on your team, and a lawyer you know that you can call right now, you feel me? Or if you done retained them or paid them, or you know your people got money or you got money to, you can call up an attorney and he'll come up to this police station. This is the time to tell him, you know, I like to have my right to an attorney. I want to call my attorney. Now, you can call your attorney, have him come up there. Y'all can figure out, you and your attorney can figure out what's going on, and he can talk to the police for you. If you don't have that, the best thing to do is just shut up, be quiet, and let them send you back to your cell. Because a lot of guys think they so smart. What they doing is they start sitting down and talking with the cops. But you know, these cops did hundreds and thousands of these interrogations. So the more you talk, the more you start to open up. The more you talk, the more your brains fall out your mouth. You feel me? So you might have said, oh, well, I was here at 9 o'clock. Then come back and say I was here at 10 o'clock. Now they caught you up and they know you lying. So the more and more you talk, the more damage you're doing to yourself. So I don't advise nobody to get in there and play with these detectives. You know what I'm saying? These dudes is sharp. These dudes is professionals. The best thing you can do is just remain silent, shut up, don't say nothing at all, man. You know, if you got picked up with some of your homies, don't get to talking about, oh, well, he was the driver, he went in the house, it was his gun and all of that. And any paperwork they show you, you don't want to sign no paperwork because they might lie to you and be like, oh, well, this is just this. You can sign it, no problem. Don't sign no paperwork, man. Don't write no statements. Don't give no information, man. You know, one of the last times I got arrested, I didn't even give them my name, man. They was, is your name such and such? I'm doing this. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like the best thing you can do, just shut the hell up, man. You know, people write statements on it. When people say a statement, that mean, yeah, I was with J-Mo and me. J-Mo went in the house. I was the driver. He stole everything out the house, came back to the car. That's writing a statement. You know, they put it on a piece of paper. You sign your name. That's a statement. Now you done wrote a statement and you done told on your homie. So just remain silent. Shut up, right? So now, if you remain silent, they send you back to your cell. Now, I told you, it ain't nothing in the cell. You feel me? It's concrete. You damn near sleeping on a concrete bed. You got a little bitty ass blanket. It's cold in there. You hungry as hell. But here's the good thing about this, though. You only got 3 days to be in there. If they don't charge you on the first day, damn, that's good. They don't charge you on the second day, damn, that's good. That last day, if they don't charge you, they have to let you go. Listen to me. By law, you can only stay 3 days. If they don't charge you with a crime, by the third day, you going to the crib, man. And I done seen guys on murder charges, burglaries, robberies, assaults, gun charges, all type of stuff. You know, they get picked up on a murder, they hold them for 3 days and they let them go because they don't have enough evidence to convict them or to charge them, not convict them. They don't have enough evidence to charge them with the crime. So if you one of the lucky guys and God is on your side to where they don't have enough evidence to charge you, you do your 3 days, your 72 hours, they let you up out of there, you go into the crib, you call it a blessing. But for most of us, that don't happen. So, well, what happened if they don't let me out? Okay, well, check this out. If you got a misdemeanor, usually you will get a small bond, $100, $200, $300. You can, if you had that type of money on you, you can bond yourself out. If you don't, you can make a phone call to your people. You know what I'm saying? Your people come up there, pay the couple of $100, you get up out of there. And that's something you want to be on too. Be on top of your phone calls, you know. There'll be some dickheads and don't give you your phone calls. Man, just stay thirsty. Keep asking them for their phone calls because a lot of times you get picked up, your people don't know what happened to you. Your people don't know you in jail. It have been times I'd have been picked up for a day or two. My people just started calling my phone, started looking around. They like, man, where he at? And then they start calling around, man, he must be locked up. So stay on top of them calls so your people can know you in there. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the times the police won't give your people no information if they call and are coming up there. They just gonna tell them he under investigation. He under investigation. He under investigation. That's the game the police play. So if you can get bond out straight from the police station on a misdemeanor, bam, you still going to the crib. Now for those that committed most serious crimes and did a felony, right? What happens is once you get charged, within that 3 days, they had enough evidence, presented it to the prosecutor, you get charged for whatever your felony was. Robbery, assault, felony weed charge, gun case, whatever you got, right? Now you have to go in front of a judge. So at some point, that next morning, whenever it is, you gonna go see the judge. You know, now hold on. You can go see the judge, or if it's the weekend, like if you get picked up on a Friday, you not going to see no judge. You finna go to wherever your county jail is. You feel me? Which means that you finna go process to your county jail. They gonna take you to the county jail. They gonna strip you out your clothes. They gonna process you in. They gonna give you your uniform. You feel me? And then you gonna be in the county jail for the weekend until Monday come and you can go get in front of a judge to have a bond hearing. So that's one way you can go. If it's during the weekday where you can still see the judge, that next morning you'll wake up, you'll go to the courtroom, wherever you go see your judge at, you're gonna get in front of the judge, the prosecutor gonna read off a bunch of stuff, he gonna make you seem like a criminal. If you got any type of record, he gonna read that off. He gonna make it seem bad as hell. You feel me? it's different in different states. In Illinois, they call it an I bond, which basically means you getting out at your own will. You feel me? So they might give you a $1,500 I bond. You basically signing yourself out and agreeing to come back to court. You know, it's different terms for that in different states. That's what a lot of people hope for, like, because you ain't got to come up with no money. You just basically saying, I agree on my own recognizance that if y'all let me out on bond, I come back to court. So a lot of guys be wishing and praying like, man, I hope I get an I bond. I hope they let me out on an I bond. It don't always happen, but it could though. So if you don't get an I bond, then you just have a regular bond. You know, here in Illinois, you pay 10%. So if it's a $10,000 bond, you pay $1,000. If it's a $20,000 bond, you pay $2,000. So you go in front of the judge, the prosecutor read off all your charges, the judge give you a bond. If you in there for a super duper serious crime, you might not get no bond. You don't want to hear that word. No bond mean you're going to be in there, you're going to be going back and forth to court until your lawyer or your public defender can get a bond for you, and hopefully you get up out of there. But if you get a decent bond, you know, 1,000, 2, 3, 4, 5,000, bet you got your bond. If your people came to court and you've been talking to them like I told you, you got to stay on top of them phone calls. If you've been communicating with your people can come dead to the courthouse, bond you out right there if you got the money. If your bond kind of high or whatever, you know, I hate to tell you, but you're going to have to go to the county anyway. You know what I'm saying? So if you go to the county, you know, you're going to just sit for however long your people come up with your bond money. And, you know, and as you sitting, you just going to keep going through your court dates. Keep going through your court dates, you know, every month, month and a half, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And you just fight your case while you're in the county. If you don't never bond out, you'll be fighting your whole case just sitting in the county. 6 months, a year and a half, 2 years, however long it take you for your case to get resolved. You know what I'm saying? That sucks, you know, but the good thing about that is if you end up having to take some time, all that time you sit in the county is time served. And I know in Illinois, every day you do kill a day. So basically, if I did a year in the county, that equal to 2 years. If I did 2 years in the county, that equal to 4 years. So they get knocked off your sentence. But, you know, you basically stand there, you communicate with your people, and hopefully, you know, y'all end up coming up with your bond money so you can get out of jail, man. And, you know, like I say, if you end up having a felony, don't get a public pretender. You know what I'm saying? A public defender, man. Get you a real attorney, a trusted attorney. Ask around, ask people that you know that had similar cases to you. Try to find the best attorney you can, man, and try to beat that case up. And, you know, hope God bless you and you come from up under that case. Now, I'm going to do a video talking about the county because these county jails, they fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to give a whole video on how to survive the county. But I hope this information, you can take it and use it. You know, like I say, that 3-day investigation, when them police pick you up, that's usually the worst, man. Like, if you can make it through that, and if you don't crack under pressure, because a lot of guys throw away their life in a police station, man. I'm going to be real with you, dude. I done seen a lot of real guys crack under that pressure of being in that police station because they be so thirsty to hurry up and go home. You feel me? So don't say nothing in interrogation. Stay solid. Don't sign no statements. Don't tell on your homies. Don't tell on yourself. Stay strong, and you'll be home eventually. You know, don't be in no rush to hurry up and get home because you already arrested. Now they got you. You know, the best you can do is stay solid, stay strong, and you'll come from up under it, man. You know, I done been there. A lot of other brothers done did it. You can do it too. But I hope that you don't ever end up in that situation to begin with if you take heed to the information and the things I'm trying to tell you. You know, so I hope this video helped you out, man. You know, until next time, I'll see y'all tomorrow with another hot topic. You know, may God bless you. Blessings be upon you, man, and peace to you. I'm out, man.